What's going on, everybody? I'm Marcus Reynal, and as the title says below, I'm a Full Sail Online student. In this video, I'll be talking about my admissions process and how I feel while doing all of this during the COVID-19 pandemic. So what got me started into looking into Full Sail was I just recently finished up an associate's degree, and I was looking for the next thing. I was looking for a bachelor's degree to continue my program. And I know kind of the field that I want to pursue the degree in, which is something entertainment related, which of course Full Sail is known for being a big hub for entertainment degrees. Also, because I'm in the area, why not look into it? So one night, probably at like 1 in the morning or something, I'm just laying in bed checking out the site. I'm browsing all the programs. I'm browsing everything that they have to offer, how it works. I'm just kind of getting all of the full details. But even still, I had a couple of questions. So while looking around, I got curious and I was like, I wonder how much the application fee is and any other fees that you need to pay just to say I want to go here. So I went to the submit application page to try to see a fee. No fee. Of course, you have to go through the entire process and get to the end and see how much you have to pay. So I did that, whatever. Got to the end and saw that because of COVID-19, they waived the application fee. So I was like, yeah, let's do that. And then I submitted it. So from there, I got a call the next day, and I think I saw it was Winter Park, and I know I submitted the application. And I was like, okay, this will be a quick call, because I was actually getting ready to do something. Picked up, and dude was like, yeah, we saw you're interested in more information. We have a minute to talk to such and such and blase blase. I was like, yeah, okay. That phone call turned into a 90-minute phone call. I was on the phone for about an hour and a half having a conversation with this guy. And it started off kind of sketchy. I'm not that great of a salesman, but I know what I'm being sold to, and I was definitely being sold to. So it was just kind of weird to start off asking like, how's the weather? And I'm like, bro, I'm like 30 miles from campus. The weather is the same as what you're feeling. So it was just kind of weird. It was like when you get to the point, you're kind of stretching it out, like, let's go. But as we talked, I realized that he was one of the people that I had to talk to see if I should be admitted. It's kind of like when you write your essay and the board reviews it for a traditional college, and they look it over and all that good stuff. This was basically my entrance interview. It was a good phone call. We talked about what I was interested in, why I wanted to go, my background, all the general stuff that someone in that position would want to know. During the call, we did discuss the 2 programs that I had in mind, and we whittled down which one was best for me. So I will say that was one big takeaway, because honestly, I feel the program that I turned down, that's the one I wanted to go to more, but I feel what I'm in now is the one that is best for me. So finished that phone call, everything was good, and he told me, he felt comfortable admitting me right after that, so we got started. One thing is, when I submitted this information in the application, I initially chose a start date that was like 4 months down the road, so I'd have time to get through everything, especially with coronavirus going on. I was like, yeah, let's not start in 3 weeks. Let's kind of, get some time to get things going. One thing he did do was ask if I wanted to start during the next start date, which again was like less than a month away. And I was like, I don't know. It's kind of apprehensive, still feeling a little bit of seller's remorse already. So I told him, let me talk it out with the family and I'll get back to you. Ultimately, I did end up choosing the very next start date. So now, one thing that really bothered me was that I got phone call after phone call after phone call from Full Sail after this. It was just very annoying. I probably got about 5 phone calls a day. Some of them were, hey, we see you requested info, or hey, you want to talk to this person that I've already talked to. Even when I got pretty deep into the process where I was essentially a student, I had an email and things like that, I was still getting a, hey, we see you're interested phone call. And I'm like, bro, I'm pretty much a student at this point. Like, y'all need to scrub the system or something, but it's getting annoying. So that is kind of one thing that bugged me. And I get it. It's a for-profit college. System takes time to refresh. Coronavirus, people aren't working as normal. I get it, but it was still annoying. One part of going to Full Sail, as probably all of you are wondering, is the cost. Well, for me, it was drastically cheaper to go online than it would have been to go on campus, obviously. Also, I'm getting financial aid, and that was an interesting experience in itself. I've used up a good chunk of my federal aid. I wasn't the best student before, program after program after program, just just not doing what I was supposed to do. And I kind of realize now that I wasted one time definitely and two money. So one concern that I had was that I wouldn't have enough to pay for it, and two, that I wouldn't be able to use any during this school year. Because like I said, I just finished a degree a couple weeks before. And so I figured, well, I wouldn't have any left for this current school year. But after doing my FAFSA and everything else I needed to do, I was able to talk to a financial aid counselor and realize that I'll be pretty good for the most part. I am going to run out of federal aid, but they do have a scholarship that will help me out, so that's fine there. The interesting part of this was I went from mostly covered to not covered to fully covered. And let me tell y'all about that, because the financial aid was a big thing. It was frustrating, because like I said, I spent a lot of time and effort applying, turning in paperwork, paying for transcripts, just everything I needed to do to get the ball rolling. Because like I said, I had less than a month to get everything together before I started the program. And so it went from, your last year you're gonna have to come out of pocket like 13 grand because you're gonna run out of aid and you're gonna use up the scholarship. And then I talked to another guy, and he was like, no, you can't use any of the scholarship, and you're going to run out of aid in like year two, and you're going to have to come out of pocket like 32 grand. That was the one that really, really frustrated me, because it was, man, I spent all this time and effort into doing this, and had I known I had that big of a tab to pick up, I probably wouldn't have gone through with all of this. And the guy, he was just stoic, he wasn't trying to look into anything. It was just, this is what it is, suck it up. He did at least submit my case to one of his managers, and they called me the next day and broke it down, to the bare bones, and explained how it would work. That turned into, I don't have to come out of pocket like a couple $1,000s. And so that all worked out. I was like, yeah, we can do that. I'll get a private loan, because that's my big thing. I didn't really want a private loan. I wasn't trying to have anything run my credit. I know federal loans go on your credit, but running my credit to get the loan, I was like, I don't know if I really want to do that. A couple $1,000s, that's nothing. We can do that. Now, let me tell y'all about the scholarship. That bugged me. I don't know how it may work for you, but what I was told is that you have to exhaust all methods of financial aid first. So if you get the Pell Grant, you get Stafford loans, all of that, you have to use that first. Whatever's left would then be covered by the scholarship, which I guess is traditional. I'm not used to getting scholarships. I thought it was the scholarship gets applied first and then you use loans, but apparently it doesn't work that way. And that's what was frustrating me before, is nobody was giving me any solid on the scholarship. It went from you could use some of it to you can't use any of it till you're gonna have to wait until the end to use it. And it was just like, why are y'all giving out this $25,000 scholarship and then I still have the $32,000 tab? So it was just crazy, but we got it all figured out. And honestly, in some of these videos you'll see coming up, I'll explain things that have helped out to where I will still have some money left. Or I won't be getting everything back because it'll be all a scholarship, but I won't run out of all the aid that is provided for me. One concern I do have during all of this is that I am attending a very expensive college online during a pandemic where people are losing their jobs and people don't have income. And I'm just wondering how all this is going to work through the pandemic, and when the pandemic is over and life returns to normal, when I resume my crazy work schedule, and wondering how this course is going to affect that. Because one thing about Full Sail you'll see is people are emphasizing how much time is required during this course. Online, even the website says it's like a full-time job. You can expect to be in a class or lab setting a total of about 40 hours a week. And even they want you to be available 30 hours a week online. That is a big time commitment. So I was just concerned with how all that will work. And then, like I said, I'm furloughed right now. So, I have the time to do the class, but I don't have any income. So it's just like, this is crazy, And I wanted to wait until it was all over, but, jump on it now, get it going, start knocking it out. And maybe when things return to normal, I'll be in the habit of this and it'll be cool. So those are really my thoughts on doing this during the pandemic. I don't think it was a bad decision. I don't think I should have waited either. I really think it's a non-factor. It's something to think about and it's something to be aware of, but I don't think it's that crazy. Now also, because of the pandemic, I wasn't able to do a tour on campus because I think once a month they have their big, extravagant behind the scenes tours. And I was really looking forward to doing one of those, but I had to do that virtually, which was kind of odd. Come to find out, it was a general tour too. I thought it was specific for me because I had already applied and been accepted and stuff, but no, it was for everybody, which is fine. It was cool. They had Q&A. They kind of touched on a few things here and there, but I'm sure it had nothing on the in-person tour, which I'm hoping I can go to one of those when things get back to normal. Also, another part of the admissions process, and this wasn't really anything I had to do to get admitted, but there's an orientation I had to complete similar to any other college you go to. This one was just online, of course, and that was pretty cool. It took me about 2 or 3 hours to do, and it was a bunch of videos welcoming you to Full Sail, telling you about how things work on the campus and online, about all their policies and procedures, just, you know, your normal clerical admin stuff, and getting me used to their learning management system. So that was pretty easy. Got that knocked out and we were good to go. Also, it seems like they picked up more on the Zoom meetings and stuff, because as a prospective student I had access to some of their online platforms, and they still have calls and they still talk to people that are in the industry doing work, so you can get a good insight or ask questions. And so I was able to attend some of those meetings, and I've already gotten some great information that can help me out in my career and going forward. So that's been awesome right there. So next Monday, I'm going to be posting about the first day of classes, and then weekly after that, every Monday, I'll be posting about the rest of the program. Stay tuned, because this week I'll be posting more videos, one talking about my educational background before Full Sail and how that will help me graduate faster, and then also my expectations from the course. Comment below with any questions that you have, or if you want to see any particular videos. Be sure to like the video for the algorithm, also to make YouTube happy. Subscribe to make me happy, and then turn on post notifications to make you happy so you won't miss a video. I'm Marcus Reynal, and as the title says below, I am a Full Sail online student, and this video has been about my admissions process. See you next time.